Famous philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche was once quoted as saying, "When you stare into the abyss stares back at you." Fortunately for us Genshin Impact players, the abyss looks really damn good. Hello everyone, and welcome to this detailed but quick Skirk guide where hopefully we will take less than 7 minutes to show you guys how to play this new character, from materials, talents, weapons, artifacts, and basic team comps. Skirk is a 5-star cryo DPS released in version 5.7. Let's first dive into what you need to level her up to 90, and her talents to level 8 or 10. First is 420,000 Mora, 168 Sky Split Gem Blooms, and the gears from the Fontaine Mecha, 46 of the Papillia drops and the Cryo Gems. For her talents, you would need over 1,000,000 Mora per talent, as with any character, the Night Drop from the new Mondstadt chess boss, Fontaine Gears, and Guides to Contention. Do note that the Guides to Contention are available only on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays, so it's best to plan your farming guide accordingly. Her talent level up priority are as follows: Elemental Skill first, as a bulk of her damage comes from its effects, followed by the Burst as it can act as a nuke in specific setups. Finally, it's best to level up the normal attacks last. Skirk's gameplay is fairly complex, with her requiring and producing no energy recharge, instead relying on her new mechanic, Serpent Subtlety. During cryo reactions creates void rifts, which Skirk can absorb, adding Serpent Subtlety per void rift. I'll be explaining her gameplay alongside her talents. She has two gameplay types. One is normal attack and elemental skill based, the other is elemental burst based. The first requires you to tap the elemental skill, allowing Skirk to enter 7-phase flash mode. In this mode, her attacks are infused with cryo, allowing her to deal high consistent cryo damage for until the timer runs out. Using the burst while in this special mode absorbs void rifts created by Skirk's cryo reactions and attacks. Doing this allows her to deal extra damage and moves the cooldown to the burst cooldown. Her second gameplay type is using the burst to essentially deal nuke type damage. This type of burst can only be activated if Skirk is outside of the special mode and has at least 50 Serpent Subtlety. Holding the skill allows Skirk to enter a different movement mode, which gives her 45 Serpent Subtlety and allows her to absorb any void rifts already on the field. After absorbing enough to get at least 50, tap the burst to deal high amounts of AoE cryo damage all at once. Her passives limit her to cryo and hydro somewhat. If all party members are cryo and hydro, then the elemental skill level will be increased by 1. If any hydro attacks or cryo attacks apart from Skirk's hit opponents, Skirk gains Death's Crossing stacks, a maximum of 3, giving her 110% to 170% max stack damage increase to her special mode normal attacks, and 110% to 160% damage increase to the special burst. Skirk's builds are somewhat fairly straightforward, although very premium. Her weapons can either be her best in slot, the Azure Light, followed by the Huron, Mist Splitter, and the Jade Cutter. She can also make use of these 4-star weapons. Ideally, you'd want crit rate or crit damage as a weapon substat. Skirk can make use of 2 artifact sets, the Finale of the Deep Galleries and the Marechaussee Hunter set. This is still somewhat of a continued argument online. However, you would ideally want to use Marechaussee only when Furina is on your team, as it gives around a 5% increase in damage compared to the Finale set. However, in general, the Finale of the Deep Galleries is Skirk's best in slot artifact set, making use of her talents and passives, and frees up Furina to use in other teams. The best builds in Akasha right now are using the Finale set, so if you're into that, then go for it. Either way, both are truly viable options. For stats and substats, you'd want an Attack Sands, Cryo Damage Goblet, and a Crit Circlet. She can make use of an Attack Goblet if you do not have any Cryo for the time being. Her ideal substats are Crit Rate, Crit Damage, and Attack. You'd ideally want to have around 70 to near 80% crit rate and around 230 crit damage. Finally, Skirk's teams rely heavily on Cryo and Hydro members and reactions. Her best supports are Scoffier, Furina, and Shenhe, all of which are premium 5 stars. As such, one can make do with these substitutes. I personally run her with Furina, Ayaka, and a flex slot that can either be Xingqiu, Kaya, or Layla. And that is all for this Skirk guide. I hope you were all able to take something out of this guide. If there are any corrections, comments, and suggestions, please feel free to comment down below. With that, see you next time.